Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well. We're getting a nor'easter starting tomorrow. Supposed to be some heavy rain and wind, and now they're talking about snow on Friday, possible. So I'm just trying to button some things up and get things put away. I'm probably gonna put the plow in my truck just as a precaution because I don't want to be out there in the middle of the storm trying to put it on. So if you'll notice, the Cub Cadet's no longer here. The Cub Cadet is here, and a little bit everywhere, but it just wasn't going to be cost effective. I figured by the time I put all my time, money, and I might make $100 or something. It just wasn't worth it. So, I already sold the hydro pump from the transmission on eBay for $1.25. So now I'm only into that for $25. So I can live with that. I got plenty of other stuff to sell. So in the interim, I came across this, which is roughly a 2007 Craftsman DYT 4000. Overall, it's in pretty nice shape. This is a hydro drive. It has the electric PTO. This is quite a bit of a step up from the LT1000, if you're familiar with that. So I paid $100 for it. It was a Facebook deal. It does not run. I did figure out what's wrong with it. It has a bad ignition coil, and I have that on order. It has a battery that was replaced. This guy had it for a year. The battery was replaced before he got it, and so that should be okay. The gas smelled a little iffy, so I put some additive in it and added some fresh stuff in it. I checked it at the carburetor, and no mung, dirt, or anything came out of it. So I'm going to try to fire it up and see how it runs, and make sure that everything does function before I get too far into it. But I figured for $100, this was the way to go. And once I rub it out, polish the whole thing, and I'll end up pulling that gas tank off in the rear section and replacing that whole fuel line with some Tygon, just so it never is a problem anymore. So that's kind of it. I got the deck, 46-inch deck from that Cub, which is good, a 3-blade deck. And if we go outside, here's some more parts from it. Probably just going to be going to the scrap yard. There's the frame and a few other odds and ends parts. I got a pile of scrap that's got to go, but I don't think I'm doing that just now. I'll probably wait till after this storm comes and goes. So, yep. And the Horde is still the Horde. I haven't really gotten much out of here because the weather has been uncooperative for me with snow blowers, and people are trying to give them away now, and I'm not in the position to give away a snow blower for half of what I have in it. So this is a pretty good looking machine, I think, and it should clean up pretty good. I'm going to keep my eyes open, see if I can find a bagger. That always helps with the sale. And that's kind of about it today. So we're going to button up things around here, get things ready for the incoming doom. And once I get the ignition coil, which should be here by Friday, it's coming from Texas, so who knows. And once I get that in, then I will put it on and we'll see what happens. And I'll give you an update once she's up and running. And I just want to make sure that the electric clutch works and all that, and the trans. It's going to need a dry belt for the deck. That's no biggie. The deck has a couple spots that need to be welded, and I'll do the whole, cleaning up the deck, sanding it down, repainting it, sharpening the blades, etc., etc. I just want to make sure the deck is quiet and no spindles are bad. Otherwise, I'm going to just end up buying a whole rebuild kit for the deck, which comes with the spindles and blades and pulleys and belts. So again, I don't want to be into it any more than I have to, but I don't want to sell somebody a piece of crap either, because that's not how I do things. So yeah, so for 25 bucks I got myself this 16 horse twin Vanguard. I'm really happy with that. And the deal with these is, I already removed them, but in the exhaust ports there are restrictors, and if you pull out the restrictors and put either a bigger jet or a bigger carburetor, you can get an 18 horse carb, and this will be by all intents and purposes an 18 horsepower engine. So there's plenty of information out there on the interweb, and I did that already with the 14 horse that I have on my go-kart. I made it a 16. So just thought I'd pass that along in case anybody's got the same motor or something. I believe 18, it's the same thing. Like if you have an 18, you pull them out, you can make it a 20, and so on and so forth, as far as I know. So just figured I'd pass that along. So this engine will probably be going into my Agway GT18, which is basically an MTD 999, because that is the tractor that I am going to put a loader on. It already has a hydro 3-point and a 2-speed hydro, and I also have hydro power steering that I want to put on that. That came off of a Troy built, so that's yet another project. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah. So I just figured I'd share what I'm doing and whatnot, and I think I made a smart business decision. Like I said, obviously it's just like anything else. You can buy a brand new car off the showroom floor and bring it home and take it apart and make more money in parts than what you paid for the car. So unfortunately it is what it is, but like I said, I just didn't want to be in too deep. I've already kind of learned my lesson already, and I'm trying to be a little more efficient with what I do. And yeah, so this has I think it's 449 hours on the clock, so I'm hoping it should be a good one. And if I decide to before I sell it, I probably will replace the head gasket and adjust the valves, because it's a known failure. And like I said, I just would rather do it now while I have it, before I put it in service for somebody. And I don't want, somebody buying it and a week later the head gasket blows and it starts blowing oil over the place or smoking like crazy. So, but I just want to get it running first. I make sure that everything functions. I believe it will. The guy wasn't a scammer or anything like that, so excuse me. So he got it from a friend. and his intentions for the last year were to fix it, but he never got to it, and his wife was bitching that he already had another riding mower, and why do you need two, and something's got to go. So I came along, and here it is. So once I get it running, like I said, I'll post another video and show you everything then. So anyone in the Northeast and down the coast, down the Jersey Shore coastline, looks like there could be some damage coming. So be safe, don't be stupid, turn around, don't drown, all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.